here, so he was saying, oh, it's too cold, let's turn down the cooler. And I was like, no, leave it the way it is. I have no AC in my house. I walked in, it was 85 degrees. This feels good. So I just texted the landlord after we come by tomorrow, Friday, and turn on the cooler. Man, it's getting hot.
Come on, man. How are you?
I'm finer than a frog here. I had my little stroke last week, and it cleared something out better than ever before. You know, I had a little pain behind my left eye for long enough I'd forgotten about it, and it started getting worse, and I couldn't remember my password. And I walked over to personnel people, and I said, I'm having a hard time talking, you know? And so I got one of the guys to drive my vehicle home and drop it off at my house, and I walked with them over to the fire station, and they checked me out, and said, my blood pressure's higher than hell, which never happened. And I was still having problems conversing. I mean, I could think what I wanted to say, I just couldn't say it. And so they sent me over to the emergency room over there, and they screwed around with the CAT scanner and all this other bullshit, and couldn't find anything wrong. They were giving me the usual shit they give you. And somewhere during all this, it kind of made not really sure it made a noise, but I felt it. And it was right behind my eye here. And it moved. The pain moved. It moved over here and it just disappeared. And it was like, whoa, I felt better than I felt for a long time. So it probably drained something that was tied up there and been there for a while. Anyway, they can take off either the next day for sick leave, and so I put my window regulator in my Honda. Took me 5 hours. Then I went to the big the movie for Marvel, 5-hour-long movie. Came back. Saturday morning, I had 4 clients in Bisbee all lined up. Took care of all of those. And Sunday, I worked in the yard. And I still feel better than I have felt a long time. Probably resolution of stresses. Now, one thing that I really hate is all the lying and bullshit that went into it. There's no fucking reason you should do that. I feel about the buyers.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to address the city attorney about lawyers on your case.
I know. I haven't told anything.
think you're right.
Let's usually have our chair.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
It's an art gallery instead of a.
Nice to see you.
This is all
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, Bruce. How are you?
Good.
I'll let you know.
Russ, how are you, Michael? How are you? Hey, they didn't take our chairs this time.
Maybe because I told them that we were supposed to have them because we're handicapped. And by law, we're, city hall has to take care of it.
Never can tell.
That's true.
That's true.
It is true.
How are you?
Because they, of course, they've done a little.
Hey, you know, did you bring one of the, I'm gonna get.
Right, Olga?
Yes.
But the last meeting I was here.
Yeah, I got one.
I said.
What's new, Commissioner?
I don't think that, I don't wanna have to call, but you have to
Well.
you have to provide for the handicap. You know that.
Accommodations, you have to make accommodations if they're,
Who's gonna sign off
their
on the
satisfaction.
engineering projects?
One legal thing
Oh, I will.
that we have, right?
Yeah.
They're loaded.
Yeah.
How's everything going?
Sure.
We decided not to come for the executive session, what point was there?
Hey,
They
now we
adjourn,
can
go
see
into
what's
executive
going
session
on.
immediately, there's no discussion, so.
And they don't say anything when they come out either, do they?
Cool.
Not usually.
Hey, Lynn, how are you?
Here's another one for her.
Thank you. I heard, did you?
He followed you.
Oh, I had something behind my left eye.
Oh, I heard you had a heart attack.
Not a stroke, little mini.
No, I had one of those strokes where you can't
Oh,
remember
God, do you
your
want
password
that? Do you
for
want-
about an hour and then you
Oh.
get better. And, you know,
How are you feeling
there was
down?
a pain behind my left eye that had been there for months. And, you know, eventually, while they were screwing around, giving me stuff,
I don't know
I
about
started
that.
moving. It moved right over my left ear and just disappeared. And I felt,
Are you sure it was this one?
You're falling apart like I am.
well, I'm 70, I'll be 73 years
You're
old.
Oh, you're a baby, man.
You're still in diapers.
If you want us to feel sorry, try 87.
Anyway, so I needed to take off Friday sick leave, and so I put my new window regulator in my Honda,
Uh-huh.
and that took me 5 hours.
Oh.
I was just wondering, did you
Then I went to the movies over in Sierra Vista and saw that Avengers movie. And then I had 5 clients in Bisbee on Saturday, building parking spaces, living spaces, all that kind of stuff. And then
Mr.
Sunday I
Carter.
worked in my yard, and then Monday I came to work. What can I say?
God was with you. That's what you can say.
You know, I still feel better than I did a week ago.
That's very
You
good.
know, and I must have done.
And you never know what's gonna happen.
Did you feel like something was here?
Yeah,
that you had
I
to
felt,
take off
like there was something in there. You know, but, you know, I did a little 2 or 3
I'm gonna just
headaches.
walk around a little bit, not even go like that.
Okay.
But it went away.
I like to go out and on good side.
Okay.
Much better.
You don't mind saying that?
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
Of course not.
I'm gonna have to step for a long time.
Sure.
So anyway, I'm quitting on the 30th of June, and going back to my retirement, my engineering office.
Oh.
That's where I was when they came and said, would you go to work?
Where are you gonna put the office?
Huh?
Where are you gonna put the office?
It's down the street. I've got 2 offices in my house.
Okay.
I got a big one in the back and a little one in the front.
Okay.
And you know, I've been so busy, I still haven't got moved. It's been almost a year. There's stuff piled all over the place. I own both corners of that lot, of that block.
Were you gonna talk about were you gonna ask questions about the raising taxes?
Pardon?
Are you gonna talk at the
where they say raise
I
it
don't
from
know, I haven't seen the agenda yet.
I think it's 18 is one of the last ones.
18?
21?
Oh, 21?
Yeah.
Let me see what it says. On your approval procedure.
They should put the rate for $100.
So they wanna raise them, is what they wanna do, huh?
Right. The city of that.
But haven't they done it already once?
They've been doing it every year.
They wanna do it again?
That's what it looks like here is the first reading of that ordinance. That's required to
It to be required in the annual
in the
budget
annual
and providing funds for general
municipal expenses.
Well, there's no sense of asking questions, our mind is made up.
Well, they have to read it 3 times. It's an ordinance.
But within those 3 times, they never have a discussion, a real discussion.
Well, they might. I think Margaret is always against raising the property tax. We'll see how they vote.
Well, definitely, you know, when they said they wanted the new, the cost cable said they wanted that new digital thing, fine, they did it, and now every month the price goes up. Every month they raise
On the what?
on the monthly statement
Of the what?
on Cox cable.
Oh, that's not city.
No, that's not city, but you know, in the council, when they gave them the permission to do it, they never questioned them. For how long are you gonna be raising the
So they keep raising it on you
every month?
I'm thinking. How many channels do you subscribe to?
You can only get 3 packages. 1 package, well, you could get the whole one if you have internet. But if you don't, you can get 1 or 3 packages. And before that, the number 1 package always had the Fox channel.
Yeah.
Well, now they took it off of it, and you have to buy that one, see?
Okay, Bruce said he just got a message on his cell phone, he says, I can hear you, and he says, what do you mean you can hear me? I guess YouTube is on here. So, they've got it on, so they can probably, if they're listening, can hear what you guys
I
are
don't
saying.
care.
Okay, I just wanted to warn you.
They can hear me right now?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Michael Gomez. I'm gonna talk at the Call of the Buckley. Stay tuned in, please.
Oh, my goodness. Well, then there's no sense of asking the question now, I have my answer.
Stay tuned in, right, and listen to us.
Which one is the other item?
21 on the taxes?
That's 21 for the...
Yeah, next to last.
And then?
Right now, they're in executive session, having dinner on us.
When you said we were too long?
You're on the cloud. Exactly.
Did you say we were talking too loud?
Pardon me?
Was it that we were talking too loud?
No, I think they've got it on, they can hear us, but I don't care. I don't care if they can hear us. They say we're on, there's nothing, they're not gonna listen to us.
Oh,
They're
I
gonna-
guess it's on the.
It's a YouTube. Yeah. I told them to stay tuned so they can hear what I'm gonna say. Look where it says there,
Where?
that, number 13, they're gonna discuss and get a direction for conducting performance evaluation for city in-house appointed officials.
The one that has,
13.
that has on the paper?
13.
Is that the advertisement on the paper?
I don't know.
City in-house appointment official.
Some is what I'm gonna say.
What?
Who evaluates you?
What do they want that for? Isn't everybody that works for the city, shouldn't they do that?
Appointed,
Oh, appointed,
not appointed, not elected.
appointed.
Like, the mayor and council can appoint a manager. The manager can appoint a fire chief, and those are all evaluated because they're appointed. The fire chief, the police chief,
Mm-hmm.
the,
Chief of police.
even the clerk and the deputy clerk and housing, they're all
Well,
appointed.
how come they hired, Brenda, if they evaluated her, she didn't know anything
That's
about
what
it?
I'm saying. Who evaluates them? Well, according to that, they should evaluate her because she's appointed.
Sure. She should be evaluated, the city attorney should be evaluated, right?
Sure. Everybody is
Say
appointed.
it loud enough up there so they can hear us. Really, I talked to the tech guy, and he says legally they have to be, we don't agree with him.
So, we're being heard on YouTube? What we say right now? Oh my goodness.
I don't care.
No, I don't
Hey, tell
either.
them, stay tuned. I'm gonna talk. You're gonna hear something interesting.
We have a lot of, workers in the city that have not been evaluated. And if they have, the citizens never know anything about it.
Well, yeah. Do we ever find out anything? No.
No?
We have an interest, I told you about Cavaney's little, the lady that he helped, his little, the son is, graduated, and he got the most improved, and we didn't even know.
Oh, who is that?
Dave Cavaney befriended this lady that has 4 children. And he said that he used to go to Burger King and she was losing her car, and she asked him at that time, "Well, you better shut up." Anyway,
Oh, that's the lady that can, and that's the one that got the most improved?
the son. And he didn't even know he was getting.
But it didn't have anybody else?
Well, see, the computer chooses it.
Oh.
The ones that are, there's two, and the 2 most improved. And he got all F's and all that at the beginning of school year, when he was a freshman. But now he's brought all his grades up, and he's the most improved, those 2. Of all the students, they improve the most. And they never get rewarded. The ones, it's always the ones that go to grades and but anyway, Kevin was just he started helping her out, her husband, so they live here and they live here, go to school and then they go. And she works at McDonald's.
The husband can come over, right? That's what There's so much of that. It's unbelievable.
I was just looking about, I had forgotten about Sawyer's. I just forgot about him being the Dr. Sayers' Hus George. Remember, he was from 1988 to 1990. He was the mayor. So,
That's the evil one, and the liar.
yeah. And I didn't know that Ray Brain was from 1996 to 2008.
Huh?
Ray Brain was mayor from 1996 to 2008.
Yeah, he had quite a few
Change
terms.
the charter, remember?
I mean, that's when we changed the charter when I got it, to 2 terms. And he wanted to make an exception, not the mayor. The mayor could go 3 terms, and they shut it down.
I remember Wilcox. He was pretty good, right?
Oh, that was a big fight over that.
Yeah. Well, it was all
Crooked as he can be. Evil.
they are, aren't they? And I wonder who put that podium up there like that. With your back to the people. Then who put
Why didn't they move
whose
it
idea was
outside?
it
You
to put the
won't know,
podium
honey.
up there like that?
You won't know. You're asking people that don't know.
Well, you know, you send it there to see.
Where's she winning, you know?
She wanna know why they put the podium with the back to the
Well, you got it
public.
over here.
That is,
How would Kushner know?
that's
You
wrong.
don't wanna make a comment? You're on YouTube.
I would turn around
You're not
and
making-
face more this way than that.
And then they never had a spotlight for the mayor, they have a spotlight for the mayor now.
I've never
Yeah.
been any place that I have gone.
Oh my,
I've
what
never
changes
seen
in
that.
this place. Drastic.
Only here.
I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not right.
Then so, you're up for you're conscious of giving my back to all the citizens of Douglas. They should be the ones that you should be facing, they're the ones that
Well,
are paying the salary, right?
Exactly.
Like I told them.
And the wages of the, whatever they're on.
Right.
And they said, we don't know where they are, and I said, you better
But-
find them because by law,
They have no
you have to take care of them.
respect for them or
That is
anybody else.
what you have to do by law. And we're not asking anything but have a seat, we know that you have them. And they should. So they have.
So,
Yeah.
are you gonna ask any questions?
Now that I know how,
They were.
Yeah.
just
Locking
don't,
the door on us.
we wouldn't get anywhere.
Anyone.
Once they decide to do it, they're gonna do it.
It's too, anyway.
Chevron. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Terrific. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh, hello. No, I'm just walking around.
After the presentations,
Good, how are you? Good, good.
there's about 4 in there.
Very warm. I have this perspiration. And yesterday it was cold.
It's good to see you. It's not be cold again the next week. It's supposed to drop again.
There's gonna be a lot of illness, you know. But, you know, it could be.
Hey, Mr. Rice.
That's so true.
Sometimes.
So true.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes, Chevron.
But I tell everyone.
That's my son.
Oh.
This is my daughter-in-law.
Hi, how are you?
These are the Hellraisers.
Yes, I am.
Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I went into the school office to pick up my bid for the package to do the fuel.
And they
They just gave it to him and not even,
I think that.
but they said you voted it for it.
My brother probably. I'm not in the school board.
Oh, your brother, it's your brother.
Oh, you have to go to
I guess I can't really tell what you they can.
You voted for it.
Amen.
Yeah.
Drink very much.
Usually my husband is doing.
It's not the first time.
That's right, it's always been full.
And then they call my wife Linda, the wife of my brother.
Linda. You remember the song?
Yes, I do. I got until I'll answer to any.
Outside to the.
And when I was young, my mother would know when I was born. So I was
Hey,
probably the dog's name.
Mr. Wright, yeah, there's gotta be a law that they got to go on this. You haven't researched?
They didn't even put it up to bid.
Isabella.
Here's my friend.
No,
What is it? Well, the
Did I
gas
laugh?
to supply all the buses. Oh,
That should be out for bid,
Yeah.
once it's over.
yeah, but they can do it.
Really.
This year they just wanted to extend it to the provider.
That's not right. It should be out for bid, just like you
But
had,
because they get
just like you had in the thing, it was gonna clean the municipal building.
So wait, can you, how have you been?
Are you going to
Guys, your announcement for the playground? Ribbon cutting ceremony? I'll give you guys a I had a chance to cut them. I had this signature with, rotary and everything.
Did it come out?
Here's the big version, I'll put that up there, but you guys.
This is the same, you can cut it out with one.
I appreciate that. I have to pack and work on it.
I came by, I came to say no to Liz and Liz will have to come in.
I don't. What this back, stop it there.
But that's for you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So,
You're not surprised.
man,
Oh, you're gonna talk about the golf. Yeah. Is that under the presentation?
Okay, we're gonna get some noise.
There's an agenda, let's see. It's gotta be a public meeting. Oh, it's gonna be number 8. Yeah, presentation, financial report. Golf course update. Presentation, I think you can ask questions, but you might wanna fill it out. Thank you, okay, no problem. Okay.
No.
Wait now.
Hey.
You know, I bought another car. I bought a Mercedes LK 500. It's
Mike's mom and dad.
convertible four seats. Yeah, and I bought it in Arizona. So I went
How many years?
I know about it. And I said, well, where's the cars? And they said, where's the title? And they said, here's the title. And then she went to the computer. And she said, well, it says here that you were saying my mail. And the next day, but it's something because I about it. If I got it in Texas, I would have waited for the time when I registered. But since it was going to the pay, everything. But you know, there's about 3 registrators but I'm going to work for the budget. Unless you take that
Yeah, he's turning a lot of money.
I went to register that whole instead of being 19 or 16, I had to pay both of those maintenance and the year and another year ahead. And
I think all you want to do is register it all. The registration is like a birthday.
yeah.
When you have a car, you want to do, hasta que ya no está caro.
That's what I
Poor guy, you got him.
Yes, I do, but he's agreeing with me.
You're a catchy body.
But I got my name here.
Mr. Ryan,
Dad, what you got?
Yeah, go on.
You know, you didn't jump at us.
Yeah, I don't know about following you though.
Generally, he feels up to it.
I bet.
He's good at that.
You need another one?
No. No.
Hey, I'm not walking to the gym anymore.
I see that.
I got.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
That's always good news.
Yeah, I took that tumble, and that's the bigger and bigger, so I fell higher than this tumble over the
Oh, wow.
ended up in the hospital. I had this with my head, they sold my ear back, but I was black and blue all the time. Legs, shoulders.
That's the way they're pretty short.
You know that one reason I got hurt was because of the stiffness of it. Instead of
Tumbling all
boom,
over.
when I ran to the front of it, I started doing it with the fingers,
It's on here.
legs, and my toes.
Yeah, for sure. I really don't like that. I get it. Alright, right there, maybe.
Oh,
That's right.
you know my
And now we want
just gonna make sure that my medicine. And he's already got a job in California. Really? California? I don't think he's gonna be going to work. This guy, he's a treatment. Douglas is the best one. He spends all day in Biscayne.
You understand?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
We haven't.
Right.
No, he's really I was stuck in the process. Mary, she's trying to stop her. Turns around for it. Yeah, the father was out there watching him. You're saying, what I do.
Right here. How are you? Check out
that yours? No.
You know what, to begin with, we cannot give any kind of direction personally for the manager. We cannot do that. That's micromanaging is not supposed to Okay, I'm gonna say something about that. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna talk about that. The ones that wish to get nothing done. It's almost time. I turned mine. Well, turn on the Hey, did you notice the spotlight? Yeah, you just want to stay in the dark. And here comes the master doctor.
My brain only holds so much. Did you know that when something new and something important like that? Way after a year. Did you go at Reagan? You did your job.
May I have a motion to adjourn executive session?
Mayor, I move to adjourn executive session.
Second. Motion by Councilmember Morales, second by Councilmember Lindemann. Roll call.
Councilmember Morales?
Yes.
Councilmember Lindemann?
Yes.
Councilmember Don Hewitt?
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto?
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Ibarra?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, motion carries. I would like to call this meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance and we stand for the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for those who could be here for this council meeting. We pray that we govern according to your will. We pray that we look to you for guidance in this meeting, and we also pray, Father, that we're held accountable for every decision that we make. We thank you for taking care of our city, and we pray, Father, that you help this city prosper so that we may be prosperous in your name. We thank you for all that you've blessed us with, and we thank you in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Mayor Robert Peters?
Present.
Mayor Pro Don Hewitt?
Here.
Councilmember Margaret Morales?
Present.
Councilmember Lee Lindemann?
Present.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
Present.
Councilmember Cesar Soto?
Here.
Councilmember Jose Ibarra?
Here.
Interim City Manager Terry Watson? Present. City Attorney Juan Pablo Torres?
Present.
City Treasurer Luis Pedrosa?
Present.
City Clerk Brenda Aguilar? And Mr. Mayor, for the record, the City Clerk Brenda Aguilar is excused.
Thank you so much. Presentation of certificate recognition by Councilmember Margaret Morales and Jennifer Smith to the Feathers Key Club member for the cleanup of City of Feathers Calvary Cemetery. Mrs. Margaret Morales, the floor is over yours, and you are presenting, and thank you so much for the work that you did with your with the Key Club.
Yes, thank you. And thank you to Jennifer Smith and the members of the club, along with their advisor, Dale Guerrero. We were out there one Saturday cleaning up the older part of the cemetery.
Unfortunately, that part of the cemetery is in pretty bad shape. There was a lot of weeds and trash out there. We were out there cleaning it out, so we hope to go out later, at least twice a year, and try and keep it in good shape. So, but I really appreciate the Key Club helping out. They're really a tremendous group of kids, high school students. So they kids because they're not kids. So I would like to. We have certificates for them as appreciation. I'd like to present those to them.
Absolutely.
First one is for Diego Rivera.
Thanks.
Second one is Johanny Boreas. Some of them are not here, but I'm still going to recognize them. One of them was Paige Mariscal. Maria C. Terry. Yes, Yara Echeverria. Victoria Coronado. Kristen Ochoa. And Paulina Coronado. You know the counselors? Oh, keep over.
Item number 6, discussion decision on approval of resolution number 19-1341, a resolution of the Mayor and Council of the City of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, approving an access and soil remediation agreement from environmental remediation of former manufactured gas plant MGP sites on city-owned property at 2nd Street and Pan American, and authorizing the interim city manager to execute all necessary documents. I have a motion to approve.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution 19-1341.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Lindemann, second by Councilmember Morales. Any discussion? Roll call.
Point of order, Mr. Mayor, we do have a presentation by APA. I don't know if you want to do that first.
Absolutely, we have APS. Welcome.
Hello. My name is Judy Newell. I work for Arizona Public Service, and I want to thank the mayor and the city council for giving us time today to give a presentation on this environmental cleanup that's on the city property. So probably asking, how did we come to find our contamination on your property? Well, APS, the history of the manufactured gas plants are, before there was natural gas or electricity, they made gas out of oil or coal. And this occurred in the 1890s to the 1940s. So our APS predecessor companies were involved in this project to bring power and light to the cities, the rural cities of Arizona. So the Douglas Gas Corporation built the plant in 1905 to 1908, and it's located near the port of entry off the Pan American Highway and 3rd Street. Like I mentioned, there were a lot of these around the whole nation. There were 1,400 of them. In Arizona, there were 13. APS had corporate predecessor ties to 9 of those sites. While this was part of our gas business, when we sold the gas part of the business to Southwest Gas, we retained the liability for the environmental cleanup, and so we're coming back to take care of those. I know you have a really heavy agenda, so I'm going to move fast. But if you have any questions at any time, or I'm going too fast, just let me know. I don't want to take a lot of your time. These are some just pictures of other sites we've had around the state: Phoenix, Globe, Prescott, Yuma. I couldn't find one of the Douglas sites, so I did the best I could with some historic photos I found. This is a panoramic photo. This was before the gas plant was even in existence. So the history here in Douglas is, like I mentioned, it was built prior to 1908. It was operated by the Douglas Gas Company, and then it was operated by Arizona Edison Company from 25 to 32, and then from 32, it ceased operations, but the property was still owned by Arizona Edison, which then came to be purchased by Central Arizona Power and Light to form APS, the present-day company. In 1966, APS sold the property, and in 1987, the city of Douglas took title to the property. So this is just a picture of where the site is located. The orange outline is the boundary of the old MGP site. We just refer to them as MGPs, manufactured gas plants. This picture was taken in '95 when we first came down to take a look at the site. So there were some structures still on the property. That's a gas holder and a purifier structure. So what are we here to clean up? What are the byproducts? Since it used oil, the products are related to petroleum. So they're byproducts, petroleum hydrocarbons and polyaromatic hydrocarbons, which are found in fuels today. Volatile organic compounds such as benzene, which is found in gasoline today. There are health effects with these compounds, but you have to be exposed to those compounds over a long period of time, say like 30 years of daily contact. And that did not occur here at this site. So our program at APS was to identify and characterize these sites. We came down to Douglas in 1996, and we removed some debris piles. There was an oil sump, and the gas structures were removed. It was in response to the Border Patrol doing the cleanup along the border. So we came down and took that down, and then also took the top 2 feet of the soil off the site and put clean soil back on top, so there would be no exposure. In this year, we hope to come back and do some additional site characterization, and then do the cleanup next year. Our goals are to clean the site up, remove all the impacts down to residential levels. In order for us to get closure on the site and for you to feel comfortable that the site is cleaned up properly, we enter the site into the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality Voluntary Remediation Program. This is a program where people bring sites in. We pay the state to conduct oversight of them. They review all our plans, all our documents, they review all our closure, all of the work we do, and if everything is satisfactory, then they give us closure. And then we're officially completed with the project. It's just a little bit more information, allows people to clean up sites that maybe there isn't a program to do so. Like I said, APS will pay DEQ for their oversight. The cost is solely the responsibility of APS. It is not the responsibility of the city or anyone else for not only the DEQ cost, but also the remediation cost. This site is very similar to the other sites we've cleaned up. This is the last site in our portfolio, if you will, of manufactured gas plants. It has impacts to the soil. We don't believe there's any impacts to groundwater, but we're gonna do some additional sampling to verify that. And we haven't, this material doesn't migrate. Once it's in place, it stays there. Kind of a good news, bad news. The good news is it doesn't move anywhere. The bad news is it doesn't move anywhere. It stays exactly where it's at. So what was left at the site is still at the site. This is just another aerial photo of the property. You can see it's about a little over 2 acres. There's a debris pile in the center of construction debris by illegal dumping there. And it's located adjacent to the port of entry along Pan American Avenue. So we know from our previous work that the soil is impacted from 1 to 3 feet. But because there's data gaps, we need to come back. And our goal is to identify the parcel boundaries, come in and do sampling to determine what's on the surface and what's below the surface, and determine that there's no impacts to groundwater. So this is our preliminary estimate of what the impacts are on the site. The blue is, the dark green is deeper. Right now we have it down to like 6 feet. So our next steps are to obtain an access agreement from the city of Douglas, so we can go on the site and conduct the sampling. We have to submit an application to the state to get it into the voluntary program. The owner of the property must sign that application, and it gives the state the access if they want to come on the site while we're doing the work. But it does not bind the city to any cleanup or any responsibility for that cleanup. The next step we're going to do is conduct a property and parcel survey, so we know exactly which parcels are there. There's no really markers out there. We're going to, like I said, conduct some additional sampling with some borings. We'll develop the remedial action plan, which is how we're going to clean the site up, and then we'll present that to the community for public comment. The state requires a public comment period so that the public can review it, and if they have any comments, we're required to address that, and then the state will approve the plan. This is just some borings that we are planning to drill in the next few months. So our next steps are to get that application approved, get the remedial action approved, start the remediation field work in the first quarter of 2020. That's the actual cleanup of it. We want to do the investigation this late summer, early fall. We want to complete all the work by third quarter of 2020, and then we will restore the property and return it to the city. And that's up to the city to decide how they want that parcel returned to you. If you want a dirt lot, if you want a gravel lot for parking, if you want a paved lot for parking. It's up to you how you want that returned to you. So the material that is contaminated the site, the only way you can actually clean it up is to dig it up. It doesn't degrade on its own, so it has to be removed. So we will excavate the impacted soil, we'll transport it to a permitted landfill. We'll take samples of the area we've removed to confirm that we have all the material out of there. We will use the residential cleanup level so that it will be cleaned up for residential use, and then we'll backfill it with clean soil. And these are just the APS contacts here. I know I went pretty fast, so if anybody has any questions.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Hughes, Ms. Hughes, I know you mentioned the possibility of returning the property to us in the condition that we would like.
Right. Within reason.
So does that include a basketball court with lights? But Mr. Rosales promised.
Maybe he has the budget.
It would be a nice possible area of possibly stopping off for our shoppers that frequent that area. If something could be possibly worked out, we don't expect you to do all that, but it would be nice to do that. And we really appreciate your insightfulness and your forward thinking and trying to get this taken care of for us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilmember.
Thank you so much for your presentation, and big shout out to APS for coming out here. Thank you. We got another presentation discussion. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Sorry. That's where I need you. Roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales?
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmerman?
Yes.
Councilmember Donald Hughes?
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Thompson?
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto?
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Calva?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Motion carries. Now we have another presentation by Lily Christopher, Borderlands Restoration Network and Arizona Community Challenge Grant Funding concerning the youth project at Placita del Sol on G Avenue. So with that, welcome, group welcome. We're excited to hear about this fun project on G Avenue.
Like I said, my name is Lily Christopher. I work with Borderlands Restoration Network. It's an environmental nonprofit based out of Patagonia, Arizona.
Lily can't hear you. We're being recorded. Do you mind speaking to a microphone? Testing.
Borderlands Restoration Network is an environmental nonprofit that works to reconnect people, land, and wildlife in the Arizona-Sonora Borderlands region. I personally work for the youth program. This summer, 2019, is going to mark our 5th year of a youth program down in Douglas. And so this fall, we got a really exciting grant of $12,000 through the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management to do curb cuts that will lead into water harvesting basins that will drain the Placita del Sol on G Avenue. This is in partnership with the city. They do have a certain amount at stake here. They're going to do the curb cuts, they're going to excavate the site. Our responsibility was to further engage the youth who worked through a series of trainings and 8 workshops, designed this whole project. And then this summer, it's going to be installed through 1 week of our youth program from June 17th to June 20th. So there's going to be a crew of 12 youth who are installing this project. So without further ado, and we're also sorry we don't have a fancy PowerPoint, but they've been working really, really hard on this poster. This is a culmination of their 8 workshops, and so we're going to do our best to make sure that everybody can see it. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our student designers. This is Ismael Vega. This is going to be his 2nd year with our youth program. He's going to be a youth leader this year. This is Nicole Luna. This is going to be her 4th year with our program. She's also going to be a youth leader. And then this is Stephanie Adams. It's also her 4th year of the program, and she is also a youth leader. So,
Good afternoon. I am here to talk to you guys about the wind direction, sun direction, and water flow of the area. On first assessment of the area, we noticed that the wind basically mostly flows from the southwest onwards. There are also some minor wind funnels in the area that are caused by the structures around. Upon further assessment, we realized that the sun rises from the east to the west and sets into the west. Now, onto the water flow, in every area there are high points and low points. Each high point was higher in the area, and the low point pulls the water from the high point downwards, which is really important because we need to know where the low point and high points are so we know how much water the basins collect.
Go ahead and set it on the table if you would. I think it'd be easier for you and everyone to see.
Thank you.
Now on to Stephanie Adams.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Adams. I'm from Douglas High School. So the reason why we started with these basic design, the designs that we went for and the way that we implemented it is very important. Starting with our different levels that we have a level 0, a level 1, level 2, and level 3. They are about 2 feet deep to 1.5 to 1 foot in differences. And the reason that we have it this way is so that we have a different amount of
diversity within our plant selection, because certain plants need more water and others are more delicate and don't. The reason why we have our curb cut and our low point about 18 inches apart is because when the water does flow, we don't want it to sit in that one area and just continually erode the dry. So we built it to where it will have an exit point, and also we lined our levels so that it has like a gradual slope so it doesn't keep eroding. And that's the same concept that we have on the side near the brick as well. The same concept that we applied on basin 1, we did with basin 2, but because there's a tree that is already here, we had to work around it. So this one only has 3 levels, level 0, level 1, and level 2. It has the same concept of having its low point where it's curb cut about 18 inches apart. Not to mention our structures are going to be twice the size of what they are already. We're going to take out the brick and extend it so that it has more diversity and we have a lot more surface. Now moving on to our educational signage. So our educational signage will talk about water and what it means to life and the importance of it. As you know, Douglas does flood a lot towards our streets, especially downtown. We want to use that water in a way to harvest it, otherwise it wouldn't be utilized without through basins. Not to mention plant selection and pollinators. The plants that we put in here are specifically for this basin. We pick them out in a particular manner. All of them are native to make them more effective to the native wildlife that's in this area. With that said, I'd like to pass it on to Nicole.
When it came to choosing the plants we did, we had to think about the elevation of the area and the plant itself. And the elevation for Douglas is approximately about 4,000 feet. And so the plants we did choose include some thistles, pestilence, milkweed, lemons, marigolds, salvia, yellow manta, mist flowers, desert willow, Paris agave, blue grandma grass, and the Arizona brick. And so these plants, the elevation for these plants vary between 1,000 to 7,000 feet. And for this, for the basin, all of these native plants have special characteristics that can help pollinators. And some of the main ones that are included in our basins are the milkweed. And there are a variety of milkweeds in their species. And the ones we're going to combine are the Arizona milkweed and the antelope milkweed, which help monarch butterflies. And the monarch butterflies can only lay their eggs on these milkweed. And another one is the yellow manta. People in Douglas have been using yellow manta to heal for thousands of years. They make tea out of their leaves, flowers, and roots, and the yellow manta is used for medicine. And the last one and one of the other ones is the agave, the Paris agave. And the Paris agave is used helpful to the long-nosed bats. And they depend on the Paris agave because they migrate each year from central Mexico to Arizona, and wherever they travel, they have to depend on the Paris agave for food and to travel. And so overall, these are our plants, and they're good for pollinators. And another example is some of the pestilence. We have a honey shake, which is helpful for hummingbirds, the nectar and so we will be at Douglas Days both Friday and Saturday, and part of this grant was that we were to include an artistic component, and what these guys decided on was that the rock that we're going to buy for this site that's going to help prevent erosion, we want community members to decorate these rocks that will be installed into the basin. And so we will have rock and paint and brushes and all the materials that you guys might want to decorate these rocks. And so you guys can do it. If you have children, please bring them along, and we'll make sure to install them during our installation this summer.
Council has any feedback? Congratulate the group.
I just wanted to say thank you for not only trying to make a difference in the community, but involving the community. To instead of Douglas Day, to take 2 days out of your week to invite our community to be a part of this project. I mean, it's a great opportunity. I thank you. Whenever you need, I'm going to volunteer everybody here. Whenever you need one of us, any help we can help you out with, feel free. And thank you for all that you've been doing.
Thank you.
Congratulations, group. Thank you so much for presenting. I'm curious though, who drew and presented all that? Was the group?
Yeah, they drew every single thing on here.
Wow.
Yeah, and they printed out the pictures. Yeah, and so each of these things, to break it down by workshop, we really focused. The first workshop was on site assessment, and then we took one day for each basin. And so, because we really wanted to do it right, we want to make sure that there's no flooding, there's no erosion that's going to happen. And then we took 2 days for plant selection. And Borderlands Restoration also has a native plant nursery, so our native plant nursery manager came out and helped them make the selection. But they did everything. They came up with the artistic component, they came up with the plant selection, and they came up with the design.
That's great. I would raffle that presentation though. I love it. It's great. I look forward to seeing it in fruition this summer. So thank you again for presenting. We have another presentation by Finance Director Mr. Luis Pedrosa and MTC representatives regarding the Municipal Property Corporation Golf Course update. And for the young folks, anyone that's still in the room, it's going to be a lengthy meeting, so you guys are welcome to go. Mr. Pedrosa, the floor is all yours.
Mayor, members of council. For the mayor and council's request, we asked for the MPC to present to the mayor and council as far as financial ongoing, operational, ongoing. Today, I'll be presenting you the financial piece to see where we stand as of February 28th. That is the latest numbers that we have due to we're dealing with two different sets of numbers here. When we deal with MPC, we have an accountant, and we also have the city's numbers. So to match those, it does, and to get numbers timely is somewhat of a struggle. But as of February 28th, where we're at right now. I also like to mention that we have 3 MPC board members here with us today, and I'd like to introduce them. Mr. Kevin Alvarado over there, Mr. Manny Robles, Tashi Durazo, and Ruben Robles. They all represent the MPC. The board members meet monthly to make decisions on the operations of the golf course and lounge area. Currently, Mayor Council is aware that we budgeted $170,000 in subsidy to the golf course. As of February 28th, that subsidy is at $125,000. What that represents at 67% of the year is we should be at $113,000. So basically, we are behind $12,182. So we basically subsidized that much more than what we intended to, as it stands in this part of the year. Revenues are a little bit short compared to what we budgeted, compared to what we received last year. Again, revenues at this point should be at 67%. We're at about 61%, 6% under on the revenue side. I think the prior year we did a little bit better on our resales than what we're doing this year. what I was able to find out from prior year's numbers. As far as the expenses, we have had more events. Whenever there's more events, we do expend more on the liquor side of things, selling that liquor, so there is more expense on that end. We've also spent some money in fixing up the trailer that we're almost done, or I think it's ready to go, and that could be a revenue generator if we decide to rent it out. We've also assisted the MPC with an additional $4,100 in cash infusion for their operations due to them not being able to meet their expenses for a particular period of time. So basically, those are the reasons that we're a little bit behind. We are coming into the summer months. That's when more events happen. We hope to make that up. As you know, with the golf course, it's very seasonal. You have your season of events. Golf tends to be a little bit heavier during the fall, winter months. And as far as events, you tend to have those in the spring, summer, as far as weddings and quinceañeras and those kinds of events. So hopefully that revenue comes through. With that said, Mayor and Council, I open it up for any questions. And again, the board members are here if you have any questions for them as well.
Compared to last year, you say we've spent $123,000 so far. Was that the figures you just gave us, right or wrong? Well, what did you compare, say, to last year at this time?
Last year at this time, we were about the same as far as subsidy, but our revenues were greater and our expenses were a little bit larger. And the reason was due to some unforeseen expenditures last year as well, a separation agreement that we had to pay out. So that kind of tilted things the other way. Again, we're kind of in the same spot, but again, this year's revenues are lacking, but we've been able to control expenditures a little bit.
How is the golf course looking as far as water, grass, and is it terrible? Terrible? Okay.
Room for improvement.
Yeah, might need to get more water on it.
Always.
Mayor, if I could comment, I know we have a lot of, well, not a lot, but a few events in the city, maybe like town halls that we might have. I mean, if we can help them out by having more events over there, bringing more people over there, I mean, please let us know. And thank you. And I mean, if we're helping out financially, I mean, I think we have to think ways outside the box sometimes to, try to help out the golf course. So, to bring more attention to maybe, work with Parks and Rec, see what events we could, have hold out there. So, I think council has to have an open mind too. Let's all come up with ideas and help each other when it comes to that.
And the MPC works at doing that as well. They are constantly golf tournaments, charity golf tournaments being hosted out there. Again, the events is what they're working at, and getting more of those events. Those are the types of revenue generators that can help for sure.
If I may, and I don't know who would be best to answer this, but do we have a marketing plan for out there? Is it included in anything? Especially you mentioned the RV, which I see is down. Is there anything in place right now for that?
Are you saying the website is?
The marketing plan, what is it?
It's basically comprised of really free advertisement wherever we can use it. We use the city's contacts to send out flyers, things like that. We also have the website. I don't believe we're on social media just yet, but basically what we're doing is word of mouth and using the city's email distribution system to go
I didn't notice the marking.
Can you correct on that, board members? Would you like to clarify?
About the website. Yeah, the website is up and going as of...
Yeah.
Website is up and going as of this month. And it's at a cost to us, obviously, but all our photographs, all our prices, everything is on the website. Plus, there's also a link.
Do you want, would it be, yeah.
There's also a link on the city's website which has all of our golf course prices, and also has all the amenities that we offer, and it also links to our website. And that started this month.
How about the other golf course, the other RV?
Oh, yeah.
How was that?
This is kind of related. There is another RV park that has opened up right next to the golf course. Hidden Treasures, I think is what it's called. And it's right there adjacent to the houses that are by the golf course. And that has really cut into our space rentals for our RV park. I mean, really has a lot. So we've lost a lot of business to that.
So I guess this is probably more of a statement than a question. I'm guessing we could probably do a better job in incorporating the golf course in all our overall advertising, businesses in Douglas, those type of things that we've been discussing the past couple of months. I would hope that they have a place somewhere out there as part of one of the assets that we have here in our community.
Do we still have lessons for elementary and junior high kids?
You talking about golf?
Right, the summer, I know we used to.
We had a professional out there several years ago who was doing that, and as of now, no. We did have some school students through the GATE program, or they don't call it the GATE program, whatever they call it.
Century 21?
Yeah, it wasn't Century 21. It was it's a sell shop about students out there, and the mosques, yeah. And they were out there just last week doing activities on the golf course on the driving range. But as far as golf lessons, no.
Mr. Lemon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to say that I'm in favor of supporting all of the city's amenities. That means not only the golf course and increasing the support, but, we've got swimming pools, and we need to maximize what we have. And so that includes more support so that we can have more people down here enjoy these things, not only for us, which is important, but the more we put into things, I think the more we'll get out of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lemon. Any other comments from council?
I just want to say really quick, whenever you all have meetings and we can represent the city, maybe we can come up with ideas, work with you all. Please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll try to help you out as best as we can.
That's appreciative. The board works pretty hard. We're all in this together, obviously, and the board itself is not in to make money for ourselves. Obviously, we do this, graphics, but all the help that we can get, we really appreciate this. We work pretty hard out there.
And thank you for all that you do.
Thank you for the presentation. Item number 9, person wishing to address the council in writing or verbally on any item not on the agenda. Mr. Rosales?
Richard Rosales from 462 West Cascade Lake, Cascade, Arizona. Mayor Oliva, council members, thank you for allowing me to speak to you on behalf of APS, and wanted to address our 100 Days of Helping open house that we held here on May 1st at the Visitor Center. I wanted to just express my gratitude and thank you all for sharing the information and to thank the city staff, Jennifer and the others who helped share the information on the marquee. It was the best attended open house in the state, and we've done 30 all around the state. Some very large communities, downtown Phoenix. And the reason that I thank you is because we were able to help 189 families sign up for our energy support program, our budget billing. They also did rate comparisons, so they're all getting ready for the summertime. And in the summertime, you know, our energy bills tend to rise because we use more energy. And so some of the stories that we heard that day at the visitor center just made us feel really good about coming out to do this. And we share this information with our leadership, and they see the value in it, and I think we're going to continue to do it. So it was a very successful event. Again, I want to thank the staff. And then even over at the visitor center staff, Noel, we got full, using half the room, so they came and opened up the other half of the room for us, and that was very helpful because we were really packed. And that was just from the turnout. We did send out 17,000 postcards to all of our customers here, but I think it was really just the one-on-one contact, and then also just all of you all and the staff sharing the information with our customers. So on behalf of APS, thank you. It was a very successful event, and I know we'll be doing more of these in the future. So thank you very much.
Mr. Estrada?
Good evening. My name is Omar Estrada. I'm a registered voter in Ward 2, 2001 East 7th Street, Douglas, AZ. First, I would like to congratulate Mayor Rivera for winning on a technicality and not by vote. If he had the will of the people been honored, he would have faced the recall. Thank God the people have spoken. He will not be reelected, sir. I was part of the effort that tried to remove the corruption from our government. Now I will lead the current effort to remove Councilman Mitchell from Ward 2. Councilman Williams, you continually fail to represent the will of your constituents in Ward 2. Your deficiency may be a result of you sitting on 2 opposing boards. This conflict of interest denies you the opportunity to govern effectively. I ask you to step down and resign. We, the constituents of Ward 2, thank you for your service. Your services are no longer needed here. Please step down or face a recall election. I will also be the individual running against you if you decide to take your chances and have recall added to your professional resume. Thank you.
Yes. Of course, none of that is true. I have worked really hard to do what I feel is best based on the facts, and I believe everybody knows that. And so I'm not even worried about that. The people will decide, and I'm not afraid of that. And that's fine. What you'll happen to do is cost the city more money. And so I'm going to do the best I can. As far as serving on 2 boards, you know, I'm retired now. I have time. I have expertise in both the education and city government, having served in the city government since 1994. And so that's fine. You guys can make up your mind and let the chips fall where they may. But I'm still going to do the best I can for all the people that I serve. Thank you.
Mr. Espinosa?
Congratulations on winning your technicalities.
You have to be on the microphone.
Alex Espinosa, 711 12th Street, Douglas, Arizona. Today we are facing Mr. Oliva for this. For lack of having a staple. Not because people want you here. You failed, Douglas. You and that guy for Prology and Agua Prieta. Where have you guys been with these last events in Douglas? In Agua Prieta? Paramos el fuego? That doesn't do you any good. Because you're from Douglas. You guys represent Douglas. He recused himself, first of all, because of the antics that he pulled at the hearing defending you. He also had purchases of alcohol on his P card. You should take care of that. That's your job, man.
You don't see it.
We're tired of you. You're always on social media. Even at the courthouse, they have to tell you to put your phone down. That's unprofessional. Yeah, you can bully everybody. Bully me. And you know that little document that you liked when Jessica Lomelí posted? How could you like that on social media knowing that document was not public record yet? You guys do a funny grin. Fine, laugh all you want. But there's consequences to your laughing, to your participating in our fiesta, to getting off on a technicality of a staple. And you put on social media that you're humbled by a staple? You should be humbled by these people in here. These people that come and they do stuff for Douglas. I would like to see what you have done for Douglas other than post yourself in a fiesta, La Bartolina, all those garbage posts. They do nothing for Douglas. That's fine, Robert. Laugh all you want, smirk all you want. I don't care. I'm going to stay here. You're not. Soon, all the stuff that you've done, you will come back to you because no hay colas que no pises. And I'm sure you guys know what that means. You know, you can make those little funny faces too. That's fine. But you're a grown man. You represent Douglas, not Agua Prieta. And then you wonder why people are posting what they post about you guys? Or we just decide to wake up one day, let's pick up. No, it's not that. You guys represent Douglas. Your address is in Douglas.
Nowhere else.
You guys need to represent Douglas. And you guys need to get this guy off. He needs to recuse himself. Because he's definitely got a conflict of interest. And you liking that document that Jessica Lomelí posted, that's narcissistic. And then you say that you're going to do this in executive session behind closed doors so that none of us know what you're going to do about Jessica Lomelí. You know very well who Jessica Lomelí is. You know. And it's sickening that 2 council members responded to my email. You didn't even respond to it, and I'm sure you won't. Like, you don't give me hugs and pictures and stuff, because I have business here in Douglas. Everybody else, I started on your own. Little ribbon cutting. How about me that I've been here all my life? You don't recognize me. But if I was my fiesta, believe me, you'd be kissing my ass.
Yay! Woo! Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
I can give you a hug. It's no problem.
Come on, hold me.
Come on.
Whoa!
You said a hug. No, you come around. I don't belong with you guys. That's what I thought. Oh, and by the way, did you see my DNA? Now it's on.
Thank you, Alex.
I'm a lot shorter than those guys, sorry.
My name is Tanya Duarte. I live in 2001 9th Street in Douglas. Today I present to our council, the city attorney, police chief, and interim city manager a formal petition. This petition is due to charter violations by Mayor Zidane. Our city charter makes specific instructions to our mayor and council in order to protect honor and integrity in our city. Charter mandates any violation of the charter shall be charged as a misdemeanor. Mayor Uribe violated the charter and the trust of the city. Starting with October 2018 executive session for the discussion of then city manager. That meeting concluded with a majority vote to discuss the employee evaluation and contract further, thereby creating an initial request from 3 or more council members for an agenda item to be brought forth. Charter mandates that the mayor shall place an item on the agenda by the request of 3 council members. During the course of the next several months, the mayor ignored the repeated requests of 3 or more council members to add that next discussion to an agenda until after the city manager has been terminated without any evaluation or contract discussion by the council. An email from the mayor states that the omission of the item speaks for itself, with the mayor unilaterally ending the employment contract of the city manager. An evaluation and discussion after the termination of employment and a recall petition filed cannot legally count as an employee evaluation or an employee contract discussion, and must be viewed as only an attempt to cover the tracks of the violation. Our charter is designed to protect all city employees and residents alike. We do not have to demand from our mayor and council to follow the charter or to behave in a legal and ethical manner. This is a matter that city council members and the city manager should have initiated on their own long ago. I present you each with a copy of the petition, and as mandated by the charter, I trust that it will be properly addressed within 30 days.
30 seconds remaining.
I also submit full documentation to the city clerk for entry, and if anyone would like a copy of the full documents, I'll be happy to email them to you.
Mrs. Duarte?
Yes.
No, Mr. Duarte.
Mr. Duarte. Can you get the paper quickly?
Mrs. Duarte, your time is running as we wait for you. If we keep the hostility in the back, we will move on and table most of the items on the agenda, and we'll come back next time. So, let's respect the decor in the conversation here. So, Mr. Duarte, your time is running.
Thank you. I'll make it brief. Back early April this year, by the way, I'm Jose Duarte, I live at 2001 9th Street here in Douglas. And early April 2019, I submitted a request of Freedom of Information Act. Mr. Eva referenced your Facebook profile. And I got a response from our deputy city clerk stating the following: in response to your public records request regarding the official Facebook profile regarding Mayor Robert Uribe, the city of Douglas does not have any records, as these are not city records, as they are not maintained and was not created by the city of Douglas. I'm surprised that the city of Douglas, mayor and council, does not have something of a ordinance or a policy that says that Mayor Uribe has to have an official city of Douglas Facebook page out there, so we can see his records, so we can see what's going on behind mayor or any political person in this office. Because that means I could open up a Facebook page, put the city of Douglas there, and say I'm vice mayor. Vote for me, vice mayor, right? Let's follow the law. I request the Freedom of Information Act on that political page for you, Mr. Uribe, based on my freedom of the First Amendment, that I get to see what you have in there. The Supreme Court of the United States has said that should be public. So I ask the city council, please start revoking his city of Douglas mayor base until he complies with something with the city and make it open for each constituent, each person to see what he does. And that includes everybody. If not, I have contacted different people, to include the ACLU, that says they'll come down here and put a city back in the budget that they have to pay my First Amendment right that he is violating. Let's say $25,000, what the recall was, $50,000, I don't care. I just want a penny or I want your information. Whatever you want, Mr. Uribe, comply with the law that the federal government has told the president. Thank you very much. Dr. Gomez.
All right, I got a running point. I'm already started. I don't know what else we're going to do. We have a Douglas moving forward. None of you showed up. I thought you would have been embarrassed because those people work very hard 24/7 every day of the year, and you might have been embarrassed. Who attended? We had a package that wanted to go in that and get a video. The place was not packed yet, but who was there? The Douglas Running Water. Knights of Columbus, Cowbells, Rotary, Douglas 4-H, Douglas Veterans Memorial, Red Cross Smoke Alarm Giveaway, Junior Youth, Light the Youth, American Legion. They work under the radar. And they're not narcissistic. They're not egotistical. They're not, they don't put themselves as a high regard. They don't put themselves, rate themselves, I'm a high regard. They don't put themselves 3 times on Facebook every single day. They don't do that. They work and they move down the slope. It's something you have to learn. Then, here and there, there's an atmosphere of evaluation. Evaluating appointed officials. Who evaluates you? Who does? But I'll give you something here that you can rate yourself, and they're not going to do a good job of rating themselves. The body of the reorganization is structured from 4 kinds of bones. There are the bones who spend all the time wishing someone else would do the work. And then there's the jawbones. They do all the talking. They do all the talking, but little else. And then there's the knucklebones. They knock everything that anybody tries to do. Fortunately, every organization
30 seconds remaining.
Every organization has backbones, and they're the ones that do all the load and do all the work. Thank you.
Mr. Wright, I notice you have item 9 and item 10 on here.
And?
Come up here.
Oh, okay.
My name is Douglas Wright, and I reside at 2765 9th Street here in Douglas. I've been in business here for 1 year. Yes, I do have an item on the agenda tonight, but it'd be dishonest of me to not speak of some of the things that I think are a big concern for the business people, the residents, the employees of the city, and to the betterment of the city of Douglas. As a businessman, I'm very concerned. We can lie to ourselves and say, have somebody stand up here and say that we have new businesses coming into town. We all know here that we have a negative balance of businesses coming and going. We have one of the nicest buildings you have here in the town, in the city, the Chase Building, selling for $157,000. That's a sad statement for the city here, to have in a key area, a key building, sell for so little and have so little a tax base. You want to know why the golf course is in trouble and why you're subsidizing it with negative cash flow to the city? You don't have businesses here to support it. You don't have people coming in to visit. I have people that have flown in tonight into Tucson from San Diego who are meeting me in the morning to see about investing in your city and surrounding community. The actions of the city council, mayor, and others makes it embarrassing for me to try to present a pretty picture. Why would I ask them to invest hundreds of thousands, if not millions, into this area where everybody is fighting? Nobody has any humility. Nobody has any, I don't mean anybody,
excuse me folks,
30 seconds remaining.
some of the people don't have humility, integrity, honesty, compassion, excitement, and consequences for what you do. My very dear friend, I know you're eliminating the position, very dear friend of mine is soon leaving the city. That's a sad statement. We all love the guy. He's a great guy, Lynn, and we're sorry to see him leave. But you guys have to recognize businesses are leaving the city. I'm trying to...
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you. Item number 10, discussion decision on approval of consent agenda items. We have a motion to approve. Councilman Morales.
Before I make a motion, could I ask if Sophia, is available here, she could tell us a little bit about employee health insurance?
Of course.
And then Mr. Wright, if you could just let us know a little bit about the business you're going to be starting.
Yeah.
I would appreciate that.
What we're going to do is that we're going to make that motion so we can open it up for discussion.
Then I move to approve consent agenda items.
Sorry.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Morales, second by Councilmember Grijalva. And if we can have Ms. Pedrosa. Yes, perfect.
Members of the council, last year we brought to you, we have been self-funded for our insurance for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
This will be our 3rd year going in. And last year we brought a different approach where we had direct provider contracts as well so that it would be a lower deductible because our claims were way high and our broker recommended that we do that. So he went out and contacted Copper Queen, Canyon Vista, TNC, different areas that were local and also had specialties, and we were able to get some direct contracts. And I'm happy to say that our claims have been down, for this coming year. So because of that, we're able to recommend a flat renewal for this coming year, which means that our rates are going to remain the same.
Any other comments? Thank you so much. Mr. Wright?
As I said earlier, I have an item on the agenda tonight, and I just want to tell you a little brief history. Probably not necessary, but I am an alcoholic who hasn't had a drink in 34 years. I am opening the Spirits and More, hopefully, on F Avenue and 8th Street. I'm going to hire 9 to 12 people to work for me. I'm not only going to do, it's obvious, sales of liquor, package to go, but I am also having a kitchen in there for American food, for people who's coming to work, lunchtime menu, and evening. I plan, and this is just looking at my crystal ball, I plan on having the store closed by 10 o'clock every night. I do not expect to gain anything by having the store open from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Nothing good can happen there. I've already been educated in the sales of liquor. I've owned them off and on over the last 50 years, mostly in the San Diego area. But I just want to let you know that we're going to hire the locals to work here. And I continue to do that. That's why I have expanded our services down to Chevron, by the way. We've opened insurance going both ways, Mexico travel insurance and American insurance for the people of Mexico, and money exchange. Everything I do is above board, and anybody can come down anytime they want to see it. But I have a passion to put people in Douglas back to work. Here in the community, and I hope you approve my license here tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Will you be open 7 days a week?
I will be open 7 days a week. Right now, we have a vision on what we want to do. As an end result, rarely happens that way. But I have my son and my daughter-in-law here tonight. They're going to be the operators. I'm getting close to 70 years old. So I'll tell you what, they know my passion. They're ex-users themselves, and I'll tell you what, we have the energy and compassion for all the people here who are either don't have a job or who are underpaid, and we want to put everybody back to work. We can.
Thank you.
Yes, we'll have a breakfast menu there too. An example would be people going to work at 7 in the morning, stopping to get an order of biscuits and gravy to go, and we'll also have a couple tables in there. But it'd be similar only in the characteristics of that business there would be, you have the Giant up there on 16th Street, and they have the 4 tables along the window there. And as you know, we've also improved the Chevron by putting in 2 brand new, large, clean restrooms. And that's for something that doesn't give me direct benefit, but you know, for the people in the area, I mean, come on, let's take care of things, let's take care of each other.
That's right, thank you.
If I can say that first, I want to congratulate you on your victory over your problem. I know it's not easy. I wanted to thank you for opening up a new business and hiring the locals. And I want to encourage everyone here on when you open to be there. I'd like to be there. I hope we all are there to help you, encourage you. When we have city functions, I'd like to look his way. Since he's looking to put Douglas first, I think we have to look out for those.
Any other comments? Roll call.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, I'll make the motion. Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to approve consent agenda items as follows. Expenditures for the month of April 2019 totaling $2,101,820.74. Employee health insurance contract renewal and approval of liquor license series number 9. Liquor store license submitted by Douglas Dean Wright for Spirits and More located at 730 F Avenue.
Second.
Yeah.
Roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales?
Yes.
Councilmember Mitch Lindemann?
Yes.
Councilmember Donald Hughes?
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto?
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Tejada?
Absolutely.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes. Direction on city-owned lease sale or exchange of real property located at 1815 9th Street with parcel number 409-17-0468 and 601 First Street with parcel number 409-13-180. Have a motion for direction.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Hewish, I move that the mayor and council direct staff to pursue competitive bids for direct sale and or trade or any other combination therein for the property located at 815 East 9th Street here in Douglas, and also direct staff to continue the marketing and or discussions with the lots that are located in the area of First and F, being parcel numbers 409-13-180, parcel number 409-13-170, and parcel number 409-13-190.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Hewish, second by Councilmember Morales. Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales?
Yes.
Councilmember Mitch Lindemann?
Yes.
Councilmember Donald Hughes?
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto?
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Tejada?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes. Motion carries. Item number 12, discussion direction on moving forward with including range of salary in the city manager's decision, recruitment, and advertising. I have a motion for direction.
Mayor.
Lindemann.
I move that the mayor and council give direction to include the city manager's salary range of $109,977.92 to $154,759.96 in the advertisement and recruitment for this position.
Is there a second? Motion by Councilman Lindemann, second by Councilmember Soto. Is that Soto? Yep. Any discussion?
I just have a comment that this is typical, the range for the superintendent fees of our schools. We've been all through this, and I think it's just typical, and it needs to be added to give prospective candidates a general idea of what we are offering out here. Thank you.
Any other comments? Roll call.
Mr. Mayor, point of order, I do have one request.
Mr. Duarte? Jose Duarte.
Thank you, Honorable Council members. I'm going to make this brief. I just want you guys to know that I'm highly opposed to this increase in salary for a new city manager to come into the city of Douglas. My own opinion, I think our previous city manager, who's no longer with us, would have taken another contract to where he's at. I'm just guessing at that, it would have saved us a lot of headaches and money. Now you're trying to bring in another deficit to our budget of $30,000+ for this. And I want to quote something that was done almost 4 years ago to the date, where we, as all of you guys know, I am an employee of the city of Douglas, where we had asked for raises for our city employees. And back then we were told, there's no money. There's no money out there. And all of a sudden now we find money for one person instead of the city of Douglas. We have city employees, parks and rec, cemetery, police dispatchers, police officers, garbage men, the sewer and wastewater and everybody that wants a raise. We haven't had one. Back then they said 3% in 3 years. This is according to back then Mr. De La Torre. 4 years ago he said, we're going to give a 3%. Did he get it? No. But they did add a one-time 2% at that time to just DPOA to police officers. Ms. Morales, he had been very supportive of law enforcement and first responders. I quote you saying to our dispatch, this is my 7th year that police and fire have come to city council and asked for raises. I think it's kind of sad that we can find money for other stuff, but we can't find money to give these fine officers that are out there and the employees that are working for the city of Douglas. I just don't feel right. The city employees deserve raises. So where are we at? Are we going to just fund one position and add more deficit? Or are we going to fund the people that are here? There's people, officers, employees that have worked 5, 10, 20 years. They're staying here. They're not going anywhere. The new city manager might come in for 2 years out of contract. Or 3. You think he's going to stay? No. He'll be leaving. He'll be finding something better. Would I want a raise? Absolutely. I'll take a raise any time. Protect your employees that you have right now. I'm sorry, if that city manager wants to come in for $110,000, so be it, $110,000. I'll take the raise for $30,000. I'll even spread that $30,000 amongst my own fellow employees at the police department. Take care of your people you have now, not the ones that are going to come in just for 2 years, 3 years and leave, please. That's what I ask of you. Please vote no and do that for us, please. Because our employees that are here 5, 10, 15 years, we have our kids, we have our businesses, we invest. We do what we need to do. I have 22 years with the city of Douglas, and I'm waiting for that next raise that we asked for, steps F and G, that were at one time said, we'll have them, but not funded. Since 2007 that happened, guys, 12 years ago. Think about it. No money back then, no money now, but we have $30,000 to invest for more for one city manager. Please do the right thing.
Time.
Be able to support that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes. Okay, what is the range right now? There isn't, right?
There is no range.
Okay, what is the range? I mean, that's what I'm asking. There's no range, I didn't think so.
Mr. Mayor, Council Member Shelton, we can get the HR representative or the city manager.
Can't hear you.
I'm asking that HR director.
question?
No, I was just gonna make a comment that this range is only to attract a city manager. It's not set in stone that we're going to pay them $30,000, we can start them off at $107,000. And as to Mr. Duarte, yes, I have fully supported giving the city employees a raise. I still believe in it. And if there's a way that I can find it while I'm on the council, I'm certainly going to push for it, because I do believe that all the departments deserve a raise. They all wear different hats. They put in a lot of time for the city. We have good employees that have stayed here for years. They have longevity here. And yes, I will continue to fight for a raise.
Mayor, if I can also say to Mr. Duarte, this past week on Monday, Councilman myself, Councilman Soto, and Councilman Shelton met with the department managers, and that was one of the things that was brought up. Along with, I don't know how you all work with what you have to work with. It's like we're asking you to make a five-star meal with crumbs. At the same time, everybody in the city is under market value, including the officers. And like I told Chief Pullen, I got your back on that. We need to reward our employees. Just because the city manager is your boss and not us, you're still our employees. So we have to take care of our own, not only of our constituents, but also of our employees. So like Mrs. Morales said, this is just a range, but the new budget's coming up. Everything that I've heard, you can have a conversation with Chief about what we talked about. That's certainly going to be a topic of discussion, and we're going to look to do good by everybody in the city.
Any other comments?
Mr. Mayor, for me, this is a difficult situation. The reason I say that is that in order to be competitive, we do need to pay. However, having said that, I think the way this is presented to us is that we're not getting applicants due to we don't have a salary range. And I think it's much broader than that. And this would only address one portion of it, and therefore that's why I will vote no on this issue, because it doesn't address salary. It needs to address various other issues that should be included in this. Salary being one of them. I agree that salary's there, but looking at big picture, we need to take serious looks on everybody to see what we do. And I understand we're without a city manager right now, but again, it has to do with very many factors that the applicants aren't coming in. I'm not convinced that putting a salary range out there will solve it.
Can I ask Mrs. Rocio a question? I'm sure there's plenty of city manager openings in other cities, right? Do they all have the advertised the advertised salary?
Not all of them do, but most of them do have a salary range that they can hire the salary range. And we do have over 50 in the United States looking for city managers.
Okay, do you have any idea what Nogales city manager makes?
Yes, I do.
Maybe give them a couple of, all of us.
Nogales makes $134,588. So we compare ourselves to 13 cities within the state of Arizona, and from those 13 cities, the lowest for the city manager is $108,000, but the highest, and there's two cities that pay this, is over $173,000. And those two cities would be Sedona and Hollywood.
But, these are just averages that, you check school superintendents or principals all around the state or country, there's different ones. And Sedona, I know they've got a lot of money there. So. Okay, that's just some facts that I think we all need to know. Thank you.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales?
No.
Councilmember Mitch Lindemann?
Yes.
Councilmember Don Hewish?
No.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
No.
Councilmember Cesar Sosa?
Yes.
Councilmember
I'd like to explain my vote.
No, come on, don't chicken out. Give up your vote.
I'd like to explain my vote. just because other cities, I mean, if we put the range of salary, we can always go higher, lower. But if there's anything like Mr. Hewitt was saying that we should address also, I think that needs to be coming up, not just the salary. So whatever we need to be discussing also needs to be coming up during the process. But I'm all yes.
Yes, motion carries. Item number 13, discussion direction on conducting performance evaluations for city in-house appointed officials. May I have a motion for direction?
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Hewitt.
Move the mayor and council give direction to administration to facilitate performance evaluations for in-house appointed officials in order to set goals and objectives and review their performances within the next 3 months.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Hewitt, second by Councilmember Shelton. Any discussion?
I just have one question.
Okay.
Thank you. I just had a quick question.
Yes.
What do the personnel rules say about evaluations?
They're done annually, so we have annual evaluations.
Okay, so it's in the personnel rules. Okay. Thank you.
Can I ask Mrs. So you don't go back and come back. That's for all employees, but not appointed officials, right, or is it still appointed officials?
Appointed officials, mayor and council are able to, evaluate them as they wish. Every 3 months, every 6 months, it's, standard is every year at least. But for appointed officials, it can be given to those officials.
And when was the last time that there was evaluations on the appointed officials, do you know?
I don't have the exact date.
And since we have appointed officials, can I ask them when the last time they weren't evaluated?
If you are a council member and you'd like to ask the appointed officials, absolutely.
Yes, Mayor, Councilmember Grijalva. I don't have the exact date. It was probably around 2015.
Actually, you're an elected official, I apologize.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I believe my evaluation occurred in 2016, the last one.
So if I may ask, I mean, we have appointed officials and you're not, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed they weren't all evaluated at the same time. Why are they evaluated?
As a question, or you're just saying this?
I'm just saying.
You're just saying, okay. Any other comments on this side? No.
But I'd like to also comment that we need to have performance evaluations on the people we have are overseeing, because we can't hold them to a standard they don't know what that standard is. We can't hold them accountable for something they don't know what they're doing right, and we have to commend them for doing what's right. I mean, hold them accountable for doing something that's wrong, and commend them for doing right. So we need to be holding these at least annually, so that they can know, how to improve their work.
So good you said that. That's a very good comment. Thank you.
Roll call?
Councilmember Margaret Morales?
Yes.
Councilmember Rich Lindemann?
Yes.
Councilmember Donald Hewitt?
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto?
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Grijalva?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes. Motion carries. Discussion decision on approval of resolution number 19-1335, letter A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, ratifying the approval and authorizing the intergovernmental agreement between the city of Douglas and Cochise County for city planning services. May I have a motion? Mr. Mayor? Mr. Hewitt.
Move that the mayor and council approve resolution number 19-1335A.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Hewitt, second by Councilmember Morales. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales.
Yes.
Councilmember Fishindeman.
Yes.
Councilmember Tom Hewish.
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton.
Yes.
Councilmember Stephen Hoffman.
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Calva.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes. Motion carries. Item number 15, discussion decision on approval of resolution number 19-1342, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, approving and adopting the Douglas City Council Strategic Action Plan for 2019.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, you've been given the action plan. I have it on a PowerPoint. I don't know if you want to go through each of the focus areas and discuss it, or if you just have questions, I can do it either way.
I think we just have questions. So, yeah.
You're going to have some, I'm okay.
Well, I'm going to ask the obvious question if I can, Mayor. I mean, I know we're discussing it here, but this can also be looked up on the official city website, right?
It will be posted if you approve it tonight, and you did, it was in the agenda packet. There was the very first page, somehow I got missed when they scanned, so your collaboration page wasn't there. It is on the PowerPoint tonight, but everything else is in there, and it will be posted to the website. The strategic plan is already on there. This is just the action plan and how you're going to carry it out.
Any other comments?
Mr. Mayor, I just again want to reemphasize, as we discussed earlier, that this is a working document. And so this is direction. Things could happen, new ideas could come along. 6 months, we revisit this, a year. I would hope annually at the bare minimum. But it gives us direction and gives people that would be looking at our community group an idea of where we want to go. And so I applaud this, and it's not perfect by any way, shape, or form, but I think it's a very good start to move us in the right direction.
Yes, and I would agree, Mayor and Council, in a retreat, and we all came together despite everything going on in the community. And I do applaud you along with the senior staff here for coming together and bringing this forward, because it does put your vision down into a blueprint. So the public and you and the staff all know where you're going, how you want to get there, and what you accomplish in your focus areas as well as the goals. So it's important, if there's any questions, and it is fluid. Once a year you should have a review of this, and every time you have a new council, you should have an update of this, and you go through it with the new members of the council, so that you're all on the same page, working towards the same direction. And it will change from year to year. Some things will move forward and be done, other things will be delayed or put on hold. So that's obviously what you do with a strategic plan, but it is the vision out there for the community to know.
If I may give an example if I may, Mayor, I'm sorry. If I could find it real quick. There's one here that talks about the attracting a hospital. And that's a little bit farther down on the list than I would like. But that doesn't mean if somebody comes next week and says, hey, can we sit down and talk to you about a hospital? We don't go, no. That's got to wait till the third quarter of next year, right? And so just so the public knows that these are the things that concern us. And again, it's a directional piece, a directional document that again I applaud.
I know that others will be having difficulties. Do we have to go through the entire presentation, or can we just ask questions from the
You
side?
can ask questions. I have it up there so the public can see it too. For some reason, it's not showing up on this one, but it's up there.
But it's up there, okay. Council, what do you prefer? Are we okay?
Just ask questions.
Just ask questions? Okay, very good. Any questions on this side? Mrs. Morales? Lindemann, Stewart?
No.
The only comment I have is, we're talking about a hospital. Copper Queen they have the blueprint, and we're ready to go about 8 years ago to build a hospital, and things fell apart because of certain reasons. But they were ready to go and had money, even fund a good part of it.
And you'll notice in the targeted completion, which is what I think you were referring to, it doesn't mean it doesn't start now. Third quarter of this year when we thought we would start the conversations going on with them. So the process is iterative and it begins now, but we put out there what we thought was more realistic. 20 to 23 is when it gives you a 3-year time frame to try to attract somebody.
I'll be retired then.
You can come back to me.
So is it safe for us?
I hope not.
So is it safe for us to go ahead and just approve the actual strategic plan?
You
Mr.
approve the plan and the action plan.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the mayor and council approve resolution number 19-1342.
Second. Motion by Councilmember Hewish, second by Councilmember, I heard Mrs. Morales. No, second by by Councilmember Morales. Roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales?
Yes.
Councilmember Lindemann?
Yes.
Councilmember Don Hewish?
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto?
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Quijada?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes. Motion carries. Item number 16, discussion decision on approval of resolution number 19-1343, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the interim city manager to execute a renewal to the intergovernmental agreement between the city of Douglas and Cochise College to provide reliable passenger transportation services to college riders, combining resources to continue to promote educational opportunities and foster economic development in the city of Douglas. May I have a motion to approve?
Mr. Mayor?
I move that the mayor and council approve resolution number 19-1343.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Lindemann, second by Councilmember Shelton. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales?
Yes.
Councilmember Lindemann?
Yes.
Councilmember Don Hewish?
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Quijada? I'm sorry, Councilmember Cesar Soto?
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Quijada?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes. Motion carries. Item number 17, discussion decision on approval of resolution number 19-1344, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, approving the acceptance of a 3 sub-grant for the library in the total amount of $38,500 from the Arizona State Library and Public Records to participate in the mobile engagement using iPad, tablets, and to extend the library Wi-Fi capability to Airport and A Street Park for the benefit of the community. So this capability is going to be from the Wi-Fi to reach all the way to Airport Park.
There are actually 3 separate grants. One is mobile hotspot continuation. That's actually the 4th grant we've received from the Arizona State Library to do that. The part that you're asking about right now to extend the Wi-Fi is a separate grant, and that is the TV white space grant, and that essentially allows us to use television broadcast spectrum to move the Wi-Fi, the standard Wi-Fi signal from the library out to 8th Street and to Airport Park, and then in phase 2 part of the operation over to the Aquatic Center. So the first mobile hotspot portion is $4,000. The second part for TV white space is $20,000, and then the third grant is for our STEAM and for our fun with math and science programs for the kids for $14,500, and that lets us put iPads into the hands of kids who are in the STEAM programs and the fun with math and science programs. So if you have any questions about any of that, I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. Otherwise, I'm very happy that LSTA has funded us to do this, and with your approval, we'll go and spend that money as soon as we can.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve.
Can I ask
I'm sorry, point of order. Before we enter into any discussion, if we can just have a motion on the floor.
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now.
Okay, I make a motion, resolution number 19-1344 be approved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Shelton, second by Councilmember Soto. Mr. Quijada?
I just wanted to say, when we were at the budget meetings, you said something that, broke my heart. You said, I'm only 2% of the budget, so I didn't ask for a lot. And you're dependent on these grants. We can't leave the library, just forget about it, because you do a lot for the community. All your summer programs with the kids, you're always keeping busy. Look at what you're doing now. We need to, I'm telling council here, we need to remember what her accomplishments. We need to remember the library, because when kids get out of school, that's where they go. And we can't be complaining about kids being out in the streets and thus forgetting about the programs that help them stay busy, that help them learn, that help them grow. So I just wanted to thank you, and don't think I forgot about what you said. I mean, there's a lot that we can do for the library, and thank you for everything that you do with the little that we give you, and hopefully it gets bigger.
Thank you, Councilman. I really appreciate that.
Slenderman.
Yeah, and thank you very also what you do. My granddaughter goes over there, she loves it. That's part of my reasoning, if I'm not succinct enough, that we have to start supporting or continue to support, maybe increase the support of the amenities that we have. Library is one, a very important one. All the way down the line, that's what we should be doing. We should be taking our money that we have available for us and keep it for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Slenderman. Ms. White, thank you so much for your leadership in that department. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Mayor, can I just have a quick question? Will they need a password to get onto this, to the internet?
No, it will be open
automatically.
Okay, it will be open access,
Sure.
just like it is at the library.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales.
Yes.
Councilmember Mitch Lindemann.
Yes.
Councilmember Donald Hewish.
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton.
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto.
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Grijalva.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you, Ms. White. Item number 18, discussion decision on approval of resolution number 19-1345, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the execution of a new intergovernmental agreement between the city of Douglas and the Arizona Department of Revenue for the administration, collection, audit, and/or licensing of transaction privilege tax, use tax, severance tax, jet fuel, excise, and use taxes, and rent-to occupancy taxes imposed by the state. May I have a motion to approve?
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Hewish.
move that the mayor and council approve resolution number 19-1345.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Hewish, second by Councilmember Lindemann. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales.
Yes.
Councilmember Mitch Lindemann.
Yes.
Councilmember Donald Hewish.
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton.
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto.
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Grijalva.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes. Motion carries. Item number 19, discussion decision on approval of second reading of ordinance number 19-1103, an ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, to undertake the minor departmental reorganization affecting the Public Works Department, the city management, and amending ordinance number 631, ordinance number 673, ordinance number 728, ordinance number 848, ordinance number 04-871, ordinance number 09-954, ordinance 13-1027, and ordinance number 18-1086, establishing severability components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. I got so overwhelmed when I ran into the numbers. May I have a motion to approve?
Mr. Mayor, move that the mayor and council approve the second reading of ordinance number 19-1103 and to place it on third reading by number and title only with modifications as presented this evening.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Hewish, second by Councilmember Grijalva. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales.
No.
Councilmember Mitch Lindemann.
Yes.
Councilmember Donald Hewish.
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton.
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto.
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Grijalva.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes. Motion carries.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, to undertake minor departmental reorganization affecting the Public Works Department and city management and amending ordinance number 631, ordinance number 673, ordinance 728, ordinance 848, Ordinance 04-871, Ordinance 09954, Ordinance 131027, and Ordinance number 181086, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing effective dates thereof.
Item number 20, discussion decision on approval of second reading of ordinance number 19-1105, an ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, modifying Title 10 of the Douglas Municipal Code relating to vehicles and traffic pertaining to penalties for civil traffic violations, vehicle impound fees, and commercial vehicle parking under Chapter 1016, 1018, 1028, 1032, and 1044, respectively, by amending Ordinance 482, 806, 07-908, and 18-1093, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Hewish.
Move that the mayor and council approve the second reading of ordinance number 19-1105 and to place it on second reading by number and title only. Third reading by number and title only.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Hewish, and I heard a resounding second by Councilmember Shelton. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales.
Yes.
Councilmember Mitch Lindemann.
Yes.
Councilmember Donald Hewish.
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton.
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto.
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Guijarro.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes. Motion carries.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, modifying Title 10 of the Douglas Municipal Code relating to vehicles and traffic pertaining to penalties for civil traffic violations, vehicle impound fees, and commercial vehicle parking under Chapter 10.16, 10.18, 10.28, 10.32, and 10.44 respectively, by amending ordinances 482, 806, 07-908, and 18-1093, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Item number 21, discussion decision on approval of first reading of ordinance number 19-1107, an ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, levying upon the assessed valuation of the property within the city of Douglas subject to taxation and certain rate upon each $100 of valuation sufficient to raise the amount estimated to be required in the annual budget and providing funds for general municipal expenses, all for the fiscal year ending the 30th day of June 2020, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Hewish.
Move that the mayor and council approve the placement of ordinance number 19-1107 on its first reading by number and title only.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Hewish, second by Councilmember Shelton. Any discussion? Hearing none.
Mr. Mayor, I just wanted to make sure the clarification that the rate is not what you're proposing is a no rate increase.
Mayor, council members, we are actually proposing a rate decrease from 1.1949 to 1.1782. This is due to the increase in property valuations. The city of Douglas has not seen an increase in valuations in approximately 10 years. So this is the first increase in valuation since then. Therefore, keeping tax rates levies stable and avoiding the twisted taxation process, we putting it at 1.782 would levy the same amount of property tax as we are levying this fiscal year, but of course with an increase of $6,598 in revenue due to the new construction that came into the tax rolls. And I'd just like to remind the council that this is the annual primary property tax levy that's used for the operations of the city. It is not a big revenue source for the city of Douglas, obviously. However, it is a very stable revenue source for the city of Douglas, based on our property values. And as I said, it has been over 10 years. It just hasn't increased. So before you is a decrease, but we can expect most of the homes throughout the city of Douglas to be levied, at least from the city of Douglas, to be levied about the same amount as this year.
Thank you. That's, you want to sum it up? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Any other comments from council? Roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales?
Yes.
Councilmember Mitch Lindemann?
Yes.
Councilmember Donald Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto?
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Grijalva?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes. Motion carries.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, levying upon the assessed valuation of the property within the city of Douglas, subject to taxation, a certain rate off of each $100, a valuation sufficient to raise the amount estimated to be required in the annual budget, and providing funds for general municipal expenses, all for the fiscal year ending the 30th day of June 2020, establishing federal of ordinance and establishing the effective date thereof.
Mr. Mayor, Mrs. Hewish, move that the mayor and council approve the first reading of ordinance number 19-1107 and to place it on second reading by number and title only.
Second. Motion by Councilmember Hewish. I heard another resounding yes. Second from Councilmember Shelton. Roll call.
Councilmember Margaret Morales?
Yes.
Councilmember Mitch Lindemann?
Yes.
Councilmember Donald Hewish?
Yes.
Councilmember Ray Shelton?
Yes.
Councilmember Cesar Soto?
Yes.
Councilmember Jose Grijalva?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes. Motion carries.
In ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, levying upon the assessed valuation of the property within the city of Douglas, subject to taxation, a certain rate off on each $100, a valuation sufficient to raise the amount estimated to be required in the annual budget, and providing funds for general municipal expenses, all for the fiscal year ending the 30th day of June 2020, establishing the severability of components of ordinance and establishing the effective date thereof.
Item number 22. Informational items and reports from council and future agenda item requests. Mrs. Morales.
Yes. Myself and Mr. Shelton, who doesn't mind me speaking around, but we're going to have a town hall next Tuesday, May the 21st, from 6 to 8 p.m. And I will be distributing flyers, and I'm hoping that people in our wards will come and attend, ask questions, and we can share information with them, what's going on in the city. And I'm looking forward to it, and I hope we get a good turnout. I plan to have these every couple of months, maybe every 6 months or so, but I think it's important to have these so that constituents can come and talk to us as their representatives in the wards. And I also want to remind everybody about Douglas Day this weekend. Ms. Jennifer Smith, I have to thank you. You are a vital part of that, and she really does a great job. And I have to commend her again for helping me with the cemetery, getting the Key Club to go out there. So I really appreciate all her help. So she's really a great asset to our city. So thank you.
Okay, yes, Ward 4. And we have the visitor center at 6.
Here.
Oh, be here?
Here.
Okay, be here, right here. Okay, next week, 21st. So spread the word. It's going to be in the newspaper. I'm going to be passing flyers out also.
Any other comments from?
I just wanted to, just like Mrs. Morales said, I want to thank Jennifer Smith for all she does. I went to Dia de los Niños. I stayed an hour. You can't imagine how much she does for our city and our youth with what we are giving her. I mean, by the time we got to remember her and thank her for all she does. I want to thank the veterans for the CAS students. They did that mural out there. That's why I only stayed an hour for Dia de los Niños, because I went after. Mr. Lindemann gave a speech at the unveiling. We have to still support our vets. Let's do as much as we can for them, because they have given everything for us. Also, I want to thank for those who represented the city, Mrs. Watson, Mr. Flores, Chief Bullen and his wife, and also Mr. Shelton. If you want to see him energetic, Mr. Shelton, put him around the kids. the kids he teaches. A completely different guy. He was energetic. I mean, that's how much he loves our youth, how much he loves his students. So I mean, when you get a chance to see Mr. Shelton around the students, it's a joy. And I want to thank him for being such a big influence on our youth. And this past Friday, Mr. Pedrosa and I went to Nogales for an ADOT meeting. They were just basically telling us how Texas is stealing our economies, right? Every port of entry in Arizona is suffering. But the good thing is, and I think he can vouch for this, is all the problems that we are having that Texas is taking advantage of, that's what's going to start in Douglas. We're going to be the first one to try to fix that problem. That's why everybody's excited about the boost about the port of entry, because all the problems are going to start getting fixed here. We're going to be the starting point, so that's going to be exciting. And that's all I have.
Thank you for your passion, Councilman Villalba. In agreement with everyone here, Ms. Smith, you have been such an integral part, and for many, many years, and your leadership is definitely, we see it. Several things Douglas Days I hope the council can enjoy for the opening reception. That's on Friday, and then we have the parade on Saturday as well, and then we also have the ribbon cutting for the new playground park. Congratulations to you and Senior for being so active and making sure that we qualify. So big congratulations to you. Great job. May I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Motion by Councilmember Morales, second by Councilmember Shelton. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned.